Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 6 of Owarimonogatari. Last episode we kind of got Hanakawa versus Ogi and that was pretty epic. They made an entire episode about dialogue. The way that they used the backgrounds was very interesting to kind of help tell where the conversation was. And obviously a lot of the traffic lights that we've been mentioning or seeing ever since the start of the series. But now it's time to go into the lion's den and figure out what exactly happened to Oikura. You guys know what to do. Open up your own copy of the episode and stick it over the tower that's going to appear within Serby's hands at the end of my countdown. Now without further ado, I'm going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, we don't know why Oikura knew this.
Hanako always has a strong stride.
She has purpose.
Yeah.
We've always seen Mamarangi.
Sorry.
Sneeze compilation! Tuskaru! They were childhood friends. Oh! Of course you do. I will also once again reiterate that asking Nadeko of all people for for something that she remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had this theory as well during last episode's discussion, or maybe the previous one, of how Oikura knew about his parents being cops. Was that maybe they already knew of what was happening in her household?
Mm-hmm.
From this, it does seem like that was the case.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's always hard with young children in bad families. It's like you want to try and help them and remove them from the situation, but also that's still their family to them.
Yeah. That is what they know, right? And seeing something that isn't their version of a family might have been off-putting. What? You don't like a little Yuri in your anime? Don't like a little self-cessed?
It's just a little weird.
What do you mean? Anybody can love anyone, especially themselves.
You're right.
Damn, what I said was just so deep and profound.
No.
Oh no! Why did you have to ruin my moment? I was about to be so incredibly inspirational. Millions of people would have subscribed for that. We would have gone viral, but no.
Just Zero speech starts circulating on the YouTubes.
Oh no. man, Oikura's so cute.
She's...
I suppose it is hard to say Aragi's name when you have a giant bruise on your cheek. All better.
You're kind of a dick.
Well, it's to help out Oikura and keep his girlfriend from getting tried by Oikura. Oikura's room is very interesting design.
Right. Open.
Very empty.
Mm-hmm.
I also believe that. That is one hell of a neck lean. Yes. Uh-oh.
I do like that she is dealing with double aberrations here and she has no idea.
Oh, yeah. From Oikura's perspective, yeah. One cat and another vampire.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Baka mitai. But I do like the way that you designed her room. It is empty, but the few objects that are in it are kind of out of place. Doesn't feel right. Ooh.
She seems stable.
She's perfectly healthy and fine. She doesn't need any medical attention. Oof. Good job, Hanakawa.
Yeah, like Hanakawa's role here is just to prevent them from harming each other.
Yeah, more than likely, yes.
Again, it's a lot to expect a small, like, middle school child to just understand.
Hmm. But yeah, once again, she was also a small middle school child who was trying everything that she could in weird ways.
Yeah. It's just
Oh.
unfair to lay all that blame on Araraki. But obviously, it's hard to see that from her perspective.
Hmm. What a amazing family. God.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. Don't know exactly what those birds represent, but family leaving, suppose.
Mhm. I like how she's kind of stuck spiraling to how many times she reworded "my mother was gone," basically.
Yeah. Small little just voice effect they added onto her as well. Really good.
Mhm.
I don't think it would have been a good idea to stay there. Yeah. Just leave it.
Mhm.
Clean and empty. No. God.
It is interesting that she's saying all this in front of Hanakawa.
The one person who has gone through something very similar to her.
Mhm.
Maybe Hanakawa even said some of these things to herself. Yeah, get out of here. Go. I don't want to see you anymore. And back to Tangaropa we go. Aragi could never understand that.
Mm-mm.
God. Things just never work out for her. What the bro? Damn.
Should explain why the whole math classroom incident is even more traumatic for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I feel like that's a hard one for people to realize when they're spiraling. It's like at that point you're stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
You can't just be happier, but you can work to climb out of that hole.
Oh god. That's so glad I have a box of tissues next to me. What the bro? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh.
It's a dense, dense conversation. Where, whoa.
Oh man. No matter how many times I rewatch that episode, it always hurts so much.
Yeah, I could see it.
Man, when you're watching somebody else react to it, there's also this kind of like emotional distancing kind of that you do from it. And even then, I still have a bad reaction to it. But when I'm reacting to it, it just hits me so hard. I couldn't even say anything. I could barely breathe during the reaction. I was just trying to keep it together.
Not our most talkative commentary. It's hard to talk over
Probably
that, though.
the least that we've ever talked, but like I wanted to say something, but I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing was already hard enough for me.
I was trying really hard to catch everything she was saying and pay attention, and I'm
yeah.
like, oh shoot, I haven't said anything in several minutes. Oops.
I know, but that episode, so many people that I watch react to it just haven't said a word.
Yeah.
Because it hits them, because either they've experienced it or they know someone who has gone through something like this, and it just
for sure.
Okay, keep it together. we have to do a discussion before we start streaming. Oikura is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Because she embodies a lot of the pains that I think all of us go through at some point in our life. And just looking at her kind of reminds me of myself. I don't even know if I'm still there, but at some points you kind of feel like you don't deserve happiness, right?
Yeah.
You just don't want to be happy anymore, because when you're happy, you're always thinking, wait, then there's going to be something shitty that's about to happen, right? Or you don't feel like you've earned this happiness that you have, so you kind of try to just live life monotone kind of emotions, so that there's no up and down. It's just safer that way, and you just kind of go through the motions. It's simple, but it's not the best way to live life. I know that, but I also can't get out of that, which is also how Oikura is spiraling in her own like self-loathing. Okay. I mean, saying that you should love yourself is easy to say. I don't know if I can even embody that. I can't imagine loving myself, like, actually.
It's like I've struggled with depression on and off pretty severely throughout my life. So it's like I definitely know that sentiment of like, just don't be upset, just feel better. It's like it's not
no
that
shit.
easy.
Thanks for the advice, bro.
Yeah. But
well,
it is that you do reach a point where you realize I am just kind of like sitting there ruminating in this feeling of just misery, right? And
yeah,
you know that's not going to get you out of it.
Doesn't get you anywhere, doesn't achieve you anything. But still, you don't want to leave because it's safe here to be depressed, to be sad. It's almost as if the world around you just stops moving, because for you, time has stopped, right? Like in Oikura here, she keeps repeating that same line because time has stopped for her. Her life basically ended. That was the end of her story, is how she views it. And hey, what better part to have it than final season, the end of the story. Having Hanekawa here is probably the best character to have as like a third party.
100%.
Because she relates so much to what Oikura is going through as well. And she has already gone through her own struggles. There was that one scene where they switched over to her and she had a very solemn look. More than likely because she had felt the exact same way a few seasons ago, actually.
I like Hanekawa's role has always kind of been the mediator, right? She's always kind of been the one to help guide people. But on this topic in particular, right, she has a lot of experience in and has felt a lot of these similar feelings to. So to have her playing her role for a character that's really kind of going through a similar experience to her is just kind of the best support that you could have in that situation. So like all the scenes of like her catching the cups and stuff, like you can see like she really does care and really wants to help, and yeah, she's definitely the best character here to be supporting Oikura in this.
Yeah, and Aragi himself has also grown a lot. Obviously, he has always been quite the optimist, but here he actually accepts that, you know what, the way that I can save you is not by like defeating some sort of aberration. It's by accepting all of her hate so that she can learn to love herself instead, right?
She's kind of taken Araragi to be the scapegoat for a lot of her feelings, I think.
She knows that it's like, wrong, that it's not his fault, but she can't help it. She needs somebody to hate, or else she's just going to break apart.
For me, that person is Stunfisk. All of my hate gets channeled into that Pokemon. It's the dumbest piece of shit on the face of the earth.
Well, yeah, I can imagine that. When you're playing Shadowverse, I'm pretty sure Radial takes that role for you. When you call him Daryl. Yeah. That is how people cope, right? with their own feelings. If they have super strong emotions, they know that they're in the wrong. And yet, they need to find somebody else to blame it on because they can't accept their own feelings, right? It would just tear them apart. And so they need someone like Araragi, someone to be their scapegoat. When you're in that kind of position, it's hard.
It's really hard to see outside of the little hole you've dug yourself into. Because it's like, if you could just, peek out of it and see the world around you, you'd know that it isn't what you've made it out to be. But getting up into that vantage point is really, really hard.
Safer to look at the ground. But yeah, I mean, speaking on that topic, this is actually the main reason why I started this YouTube channel to begin with. I was in a very similar position to where Oikura was before I met Kiwi, and we invited you to the channel. I had worked on my career for essentially my entire life, and then this thing, some sort of virus, it came around, and it ended this whole man's career. And after working so many years on this one thing, sweat, tears, and blood, and a lot of money went into that, and it just not being viable anymore as a career kind of crushed me. I felt like my life was worthless and everything that I had done just was no point. Honestly, I screwed up, and I just don't deserve to have the things that I have. I didn't deserve to be happy anymore because I had failed the expectations that my parents had for me. The people around me, those who supported me, had pushed me to reach this goal, and I couldn't do it. And it wasn't even because I failed. It was because the world around me decided that it would be so. It just felt so unfair. And yeah, I was thinking some bad thoughts. But I knew that I needed to get out of this place because I had done a lot of self-reflecting, and I felt like I needed something to work on, a goal to work towards at the very least, so that I could take some steps forward, hopefully be in some new place by the time I look up finally. And yeah, I messaged this girl called Kiwi on Twitter. She seemed like a nice girl. She was a moderator on Sunwoo's chat, and she seemed very friendly, very nice. And then
did you not know what you were getting yourself into?
I didn't know at all. No. Our messages on Twitter like the most wholesome thing you could ever find. And then I found out that I made another mistake. And so we started the anime reaction channel. You know what? Making other people happy made me happy. And so this was the one way that I thought of that I could do from home without risking going out and, doing something that made me happy, something that fulfilled my life, working towards a goal. And that's what this YouTube channel has been for me. I'm just so glad that we actually do have people that watch these videos and actually care about them. Hopefully find some entertainment from them or gain something from them. For you guys, thank you so much for watching our videos and joining us for live streams. It means a lot more to me than I could even describe in words. Yeah, I don't want to get too cheesy about it and make it uncomfortable. Just thanks. Thanks, bro. But yeah, I guess the final thing we could talk about this episode is what happened to Oikura's mother.
The details I was trying to get. So she was in her room, but something was locked or unlocked.
She was in a room. She locked herself in said room. She closed all the curtains, boarded up all the windows, didn't respond to Oikura. After a point in time, she just stopped eating altogether. The only thing Oikura could hear was her mumbling about how parents couldn't choose their children. And then all of a sudden, she came back, and her mother was gone. The door was locked. The front door was also locked. So it's essentially a locked room mystery.
This is where my brain goes, did she just die?
I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I'm just saying that I don't.
You're a liar.
I'm sorry, okay? This is a fun mystery that you can solve.
I'll have to think about it, yeah.
Probably when we're in a much clearer mind and a happier mood.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta go and refresh myself up for the stream. Woo. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later, my dudes.
Bye-bye.